Okay, are you ready for the big show?
Is it a comedy? What is it?
Self-help message. Okay. Mr. Toastmaster, in this case it'll be Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. The way to double your happiness, in its essence, can be described in a single word. It's a word that every spouse needs to be skilled at carrying out if they ever hope to attain wedded bliss. It's a word that every parent needs to model to their children to gain added respect. It's a word that every student needs to learn and practice when troubled by bullies or difficult teachers. It's a word that every employee needs to exercise when dealing with difficult co-workers, supervisors, or customers. It's a word that draws down an invisible shield all around you so that the problems of life, aimed at upsetting you, just bounce right off, leaving you in a state of perpetual peace. The word I am talking about is overlook. If you will learn how to overlook in the way that I'm about to describe, I believe that it will change your life. At first glance, you might say, you just can't overlook everything that happens to you in life, and that's true. While it's best to merely overlook it when someone cuts you off on the road or when your child spills her milk, some problems in life demand that you respond in some fashion. It is on these occasions that you would do well to overlook the temptation to judge someone. The way you judge someone after they hurt you will determine how easily you respond, how easily you resolve the problem that was created. Often we get tempted to lash back at people who hurt us, but today we're going to learn the benefit of
Not lashing back.
the benefit of giving grace to people who cause us grief. The way I learned about this was about 4 years ago. I was a member of a club, and one of the club members did something that was out and out wrong. And I began alerting the other club members about what this person did, and in the process, I got myself all bent out of shape over what this person did.
What are you talking about there? Westinghouse?
No.
Oh.
Church.
Oh.
And then one day I realized that although this was the person who made the mistake, I was the one who was paying for it by my upset emotions. That day I made a vow that never again would I get upset over somebody else's mistakes. I also realized that I too am capable of making mistakes, so how could I get on my high horse and berate someone else for their mistakes? I can't. It's only by grace that I know what I know. It's also true that the person who hurt me could easily have been me, myself. So for these reasons, I no longer pass judgment on people. Let's talk about anger. You take situations in your past that made you angry. And in most cases, the anger came about because you passed judgment on someone. You identified something that you thought was wrong, and you passed judgment on the person and condemned them.
No cheating.
You judged the action, but then you went too far and judged the person. A good analogy of this is this. Think of the person who hurt you as a spider, and think of the person's hurtful act as a spider's web. The person commits the hurtful deed, the spinning of the web, and then draws you into the web the moment you pass judgment on them. So stay clear of the spider webs, don't judge. It's really boring, sorry about that, guys.
It's okay, I had to think about it.
I know.
I'm trying to sweat in that.
Oh, okay, what else is there? Oh yeah.
When you present this, is this just
Tuesday.
a rough copy?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not bored.
Okay. Dale Carnegie, in his best-selling book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, sums up the first chapter with these words: never criticize, condemn, or complain. He says this because most people will never admit that they've done wrong, no matter how hard you try to convince them otherwise. So if it does no good to criticize a person to their face, and it does no good for your mood to criticize a person in your heart, why judge them? It's a waste of mental energy. Life's too short. Are you going to spend 1 minute of your brief life venting over something that somebody did? Something that's already happened? I shouldn't be correcting myself.
What do you
What are you
mean?
supposed to do? You're supposed to go with it?
Yeah, you don't want to.
Oh, and so you went back to saying the right line?
Yeah,
Right, because
I-
he shouldn't be reading it like as if like there's a teleprompter and he's like, you know what I mean, in his mind.
that's
Oh,
It
right.
should just be like him flowing
Oh,
in.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see that so well.
That's right. Okay.
What did he just say again?
Gotta get my.
Maybe there's no I'll just go get some sour cream. How many minutes is this sleep supposed to be?
7 minutes.
Should we be timing you?
That's okay. This is a rough. Okay. Instead, the question should be, okay, the action has been done. How can I best respond to it? It is at this point that you need your peace of mind, because any anger toward the incident will cloud your judgment as to how best to respond to it. So make sure you've got your peace.
This is hard to get to memorize all this.
Now weigh out your options. If you don't have confidence about how you're going to respond to the problem, then seek advice. Dale Carnegie, in the same book, included an epitaph that Andrew Carnegie wrote for himself. He said, "Here lies a man who knew how to gather men around him more intelligent than he." Andrew Carnegie knew the value of having intelligent people around him. So too with you. If you're not sure about how to respond to a problem, get advice. It could save you a lot of heartache. Another way to help yourself respond well to life's problems is by saturating yourself with positive stimuli. Do you know that what's in you in abundance will come out of you when life squeezes you? If all you ever do is fill yourself with TV and movies, then that's what's going to come out.
Is that the speech?
Yeah. Then that's what's going to come out when life squeezes you.
He's talking to us now.
Sorry guys, I should know this.
No, because you don't really
No,
know.
your plate or my plate?
No, it's not fine. You don't really know until you actually say it to people.
Yeah.
You think you know.
But if you saturate yourself with material that promotes personal development, personal peace, or personal happiness, then that's what's going to come out of you when life squeezes you. What I want for my life is that when life squeezes me, when people do things that would otherwise upset me, I want there to be an abundance of grace. No anger, just grace, for their sake and for mine. Finally, do you know that your heart was never meant to be weighed down by the problems of life? I should know this. Anger toward yourself and others can lead to a premature death. Doctors tell us that 80% of the people in the hospital are there because of anxiety-based illnesses. But just like the flat stones we like to whip into the water to see them skip upon the surface of the water, that's how our lives can be, merely skipping upon the challenges of life and not weighed down by them.
Uh-oh.
Does this way of life sound attractive? It can be yours. For the petty problems of life, just overlook them. For the bigger problems of life, purpose to overlook the temptation to judge others. By doing this, you will multiply the happiness of both you and others twofold or more. From this day onward, purpose